shot in the arm for those suffering from diabetes and cardio diseases and a major setback for pharma companies. The Supreme Court has upheld the National Drug Pricing Authority's decision to cap the prices of 108 drugs. Not just that, the watchdog has also been empowered to take penal action against the companies. Ashmit Kumar is here with the details of this landmark verdict. Ashmit, you've been tracking this for many years now. There's finally some closure in the case, but what's the option now for pharma companies?
Well, very little in store for them and more in store for the NPPA. The NPPA has been given a free hand in terms of initiating proceedings for recovery of excess funds that was collected by these pharma companies, as well as slapping of penalties. Now, the issue, as we understand, goes back to the year 2014. That's when through a notification, through 50-odd notifications to be precise, we understand that the NPPA had sought to regulate prices of 108 drugs which were not in the schedule prescribed for regulation of drugs. Now, what's interesting here is that the NPPA used a very seldom and a very rarely used power, often referred to as a para-19 power. What it does is that it allows NPPA to regulate prices of drugs in extraordinary situations. Now, this extraordinary situation was described by the NPPA as the diseases in question being quite widespread and the cost of medication being such that it renders itself unavailable to a large section of the population. Nonetheless, this notification, after being passed expectedly, was challenged before the Delhi High Court, before the Bombay High Court, and then subsequently here before the Apex Court. And what we understand is that they argued before the Apex Court that this notification was arbitrary in nature. There was not application of mind by the persons concerned. But that argument hasn't managed to cut any ice with the Apex Court. The Apex Court has upheld the order of the Bombay High Court, and in doing so, number one, has upheld that notification, and by doing that, upheld the power of the NPPA to exercise powers under para 19 and to go ahead under quote-unquote extraordinary circumstances for regulation of drugs. The drugs in question, of course, being diabetic as well as cardiovascular drugs. Those drugs are the ones in question. And moreover, what's important here is that the NPPA has been given a free hand to go ahead and to look at options and to look at proceedings with respect to recovery of funds from the pharma companies, one, and two, and also importantly, to consider slapping of penalties on these companies. So clearly, this chapter hasn't been settled as of now. It's only a new phase, round two, so to speak, where the NPPA will now look at either penalties or at recovery of funds. Back to you.